HelloFresh takes the guesswork and the extra hassle out of planning and preparing delicious meals for dinner. America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh gives you over 40 recipes to choose from each week. And then your farm-fresh, pre-portioned seasonal ingredients arrive at your doorstep with simple instructions to help you feel like the master chef of your kitchen. And did you know that HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% less expensive than takeout? HelloFresh has been an awesome addition to our household's dinner routine. We all get involved and cook together, following the pictured step-by-step instructions. It's a fun quality time and the meals are delicious. Give it a try and see for yourself. Go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall for 50% off plus free shipping. Again, to get 50% off plus free shipping, go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall.
Hey guys, it is Ryan. I'm not sure if you know this about me, but I'm a bit of a fun fanatic when I can. I like to work, but I like fun too. It's a thing. And now the truth is out there. I can tell you about my favorite place to have fun. Chumba Casino. They have hundreds of social casino style games to choose from with new games released each week. You can play for free anytime, anywhere. And each day brings a new chance to collect daily bonuses. So join me in the fun. Sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Welcome to Having It All. My name is Matthew Bivens, and each week I bring you conversations and insights that explore the question, what does having it all mean to you? My goal is to leave you with stories you can relate to and messages you can take action on so that you can create an abundant, loving life. I am so excited that you're here to hang out with me today. Now, let's jump right into this episode. I was reading an article on the blog Fast Company today that was all about work-life balance. And in the article, it said that 70% of people, 70% feel out of balance. 7 out of 10 people feel like they do not have a healthy balance between their work selves and their life selves. I just can't believe it. That's nuts to me. That's a lot of people who are walking around just feeling like they don't have a handle on their lives. And, it kind of got me thinking, like, how the hell could we reverse that? How could we make it so that the vast majority of people feel like they do actually have a grasp on their lives and they do feel like they have a healthy balance between their work selves and their life selves? And that's what I want to get into in this episode today, because I feel like the way that we do that is we completely trash this outdated idea of a work-life balance. I think that construct in and of itself has been incredibly damaging, and the scripting that it's done on folks, including myself, has really set us up for disappointment, set us up for feeling unfulfilled, and set us up for failure. And so I want us to completely just punt it and get rid of it, and I want to replace it with something that I think is far more healthy and effective, and something that you can actually move on, and to create this feeling of balance and health and peace within your life. And so there are 2 big reasons why I want to get rid of this idea of work-life balance. And the first is that work-life balance implies that work and life should be separate. And I totally disagree with that. I think that it's much more healthy, and you feel much more empowered when you make work a part of your life, not separate from your life. And also, why are we even weighing work and life the same? Right? Like, if you look at the phrase work-life balance, we're saying that work and life are equal in weight, and that what you want to do is put a little bit of your time into work and a little bit of time into life, and then if you find the nice balance between the two of those things, then everything is cool. I think that's just ridiculous that work is given so much weight and so much importance that it could be sitting right next to life. I don't think the two are equal, and I absolutely believe that the folks who make them equal, who have bought into this idea, they end up feeling overworked, uninspired, and imbalanced.
HelloFresh takes the guesswork and the extra hassle out of planning and preparing delicious meals for dinner. America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh gives you over 40 recipes to choose from each week. And then your farm-fresh, pre-portioned seasonal ingredients arrive at your doorstep with simple instructions to help you feel like the master chef of your kitchen. And did you know that HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% less expensive than takeout? HelloFresh has been an awesome addition to our household's dinner routine. We all get involved and cook together, following the pictured step-by-step instructions. It's a fun quality time and the meals are delicious. Give it a try and see for yourself. Go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall for 50% off plus free shipping. Again, to get 50% off plus free shipping, go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall.
Every day, my company gets scam phishing emails trying to get money or sensitive info. I wanted to protect my employees and my clients, so I checked out CISA's Secure Our World. They've got simple ways we can protect our businesses from online threats. First, teach employees to recognize and report phishing. Next, require strong passwords plus multi-factor authentication. And finally, turn on automatic updates for your business software. To learn more, go to CISA at cisa.gov/Secure Our World.
Now, the second reason why I want to get rid of this idea of work-life balance is because our lives are just so much more rich and complex than quote-unquote work and everything else that we can cram into quote-unquote life. There's so much more going on that this idea, this work-life balance, we're just like dumbing everything down. We're just reducing our lives and our world down to these two ideas, and it just grossly oversimplifies things. Yet, and I'm incredibly not guilty, but I have bought into this idea of the work-life balance, and I've made that part of my programming, and it's totally worked against me. I remember working a job right out of college, my first job out of college, where I literally thought everything was either work or not work. And so I would put the vast majority of my time, my energy, and my resources into my work self, and every once in a while I would jump into my other roles, and I would have fun, or I would relax, or I would do something that re-energized me. But then I would always get back to work. And I felt like I was able to have balance because once a week, for example, it might be on a Sunday when I wasn't going into the office, I would do something for myself. And so every 7 days I was able to get a break. And that to me was, at the time, that was balance. But what I've realized now, that was back in 2010, so that was 6 years ago. What I've realized now is that the way that I was being, the way that I was living, the way that I was acting within this construct of work-life balance was not sustainable. It was something I could not keep going for the long term. And the reason why I knew that was because I started to feel breakdowns in my body, breakdowns in my emotions, breakdowns in my spiritual self, my mental self. And that was me communicating to, that was my body and my heart communicating to my mind that, hey, you got to shift something. And so, it all goes back to that scripting, that work-life balance scripting. And so again, I want to punt it. I want to get rid of it, but I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm not going to simply say, don't think in terms of work-life balance and then peace out. What I am going to do is I want to provide you a new construct for balance, something that you can apply to your life that is actually going to help to make you feel like you have a handle on things. I want to give you that. And then I also want to leave you with a fantastic tool that I have used for almost 4 years that has helped me to not only create balance in my life, but but maintain it on a daily and a weekly level. Or daily and a weekly basis. So those are the two things that I want to do in the remainder of this episode. So first, the construct. The construct is simple. It's called the 6 F's, and it's actually part of the Having It All framework. Now, if you're a new listener to the show, then you might not have listened to this episode yet, where I break down the meaning of having it all and the framework around the framework behind having it all in your life. And so what I'll do right now is briefly go into that. But all, ALL, in having it all, the all is an acronym. And A stands for abundant, the first L stands for loving, and the second L stands for life. ALL, abundant, loving, life. So in the context of this show, that's what having it all means. It means experiencing abundance and being loving in all areas of life. And so life can be broken down into the 6 F's. And those 6 F's are faith, family, friends, fitness, finance, and fun. Again, that's faith, family, friends, fitness, finance, and fun. So, as you know this because you're a living, breathing human on earth, your life is so much more rich than simply work and life. You play so many different roles. You find meaning and purpose in so many different areas, and you get lit up and you feel on fire and passionate about so many different things in many different ways. So you, me, we need a bigger way to capture all of that. And that's what the 6 F's does. So I want you to think about balance in your life across those 6 F's. So which of those F's are most important to you? Think about that. Which ones are most important to you out of faith, family, friends, fitness, finance, and fun? Right now, for me, for example, family is most important. And when I'm defining family, I'm saying my wife, Sarah, and my daughter, Maya. Maya is 2 months and 5 days old. So she's brand new to us. And we are loving having her in our lives. And she's enriched our lives to just a tremendous amount. But we're still getting used to our parent roles. But, I don't want to negate what I just said. And we're still getting used to our roles as parents. So right now, that F for me, the biggest, most important, hands down. So what is it for you, right? Like what area is most important to you? Now, what area is getting most of your time and attention? Oftentimes, in fact, according to the Fast Company article, 70% of the time, the area that's most important to you is not the area that's getting the most time and attention. So those are the F's that are being neglected, and that's why you're feeling imbalanced and unfulfilled. You're guaranteed to feel imbalanced and unfulfilled when the areas that are most important to you are not getting the time, your time and your energy that they need or that they deserve in your eyes. Because I can't tell you which areas are most important, and I can't tell you how much of yourself you need to pour in to any of those areas. Only you can. So, again, let's go back to the example. If family is at the top of your list, like it is for me, but you spend all of your time in finance, and the finance F involves your work, what you do to create and generate your income. If you spend all your time in that area and you are neglecting your family area, then guess what? You're always going to feel like you are lacking in time and energy that you want to be pouring into family. And what does that end up creating? It creates resentment. You end up resenting that thing that you feel is pulling you away from where you really want to be. But it's all choice. So you're choosing that. But, and that's, we could go down a rabbit hole here talking about assuming the role of a victim and feeling like things are happening to you. But that's what happens, right? Like the areas in our lives, if they're being neglected and we've said that they're important to us, we end up resenting the things that are taking us away from those areas that we have deemed important. And then the people in those areas, so in this case your family, start resenting you and resenting the thing that they feel is taking you away from them. it's just this downward spiral. And it all happens because you neglect or you don't have a sense of balance across your 6Fs. So what I'm doing is offering you a new way for you to look at life that is bigger, broader than simply work and life. So you can take all those 6Fs and you can do a simple self-evaluation. How are you showing up in each of those 6 areas? What is important to you in each of those 6 areas? How will you feel fulfilled in each of those 6 areas? Answer those questions. And then be incredibly honest with yourself and say, am I showing up the way that I want to? Am I feeling fulfilled the way that I say I want to feel fulfilled in those areas? If there's a gap, then that's what you want to work on closing. The more that you close that gap, and the more that the way that you say you want to show up is the way that you are actually showing up, that's the more feeling of balance that you're going to have in your life. So that's the construct. And now I want to move into the tool, because I think the tool is the really fun part about all of this. Now, the tool is called the balance chart. The balance chart is a very simple yet insanely effective habit tracking and accountability tool. And like I said, it's just an amazing way to bring balance into your life. Now, with the balance chart, the word balance is actually an acronym. And I've talked about this on the show before. So if you're a repeat listener, if you're back, thank you. I really appreciate you coming back. And you may have heard me break down this balance acronym in a number of episodes. And I've done it because it's, this acronym and this tool have really just completely shifted the way that I view balance, and has helped me to create and create and maintain balance in my life. And before I go further, I will say that these things are not my own. My coach and mentor, Day Adioba, he is the creator of the YourDay Balance Game, and he's the one who's actually came up with the balance as an acronym. He's the developer of the balance chart, and I'm actually, full disclosure, I've been using the balance chart for 4 years myself personally. And about a year ago, I decided I loved the tool so much that I wanted to help bring the tool to more people. So I'm working with Day Adioba. Again, he's my coach and mentor, so I work personally with him and the team, and we're working on getting this tool out into more people's lives so more folks can experience balance in a sustained way. So that's just me being fully transparent that I am a part of the team developing this awesome tool.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
So I digress. Let me get back into the balance acronym. So balance, BALANCE. B stands for breath, A, aqua, L, lengthening. The second A is anaerobic, N, nutrition, C, cleanse, E, energize. And so what the balance chart does is it gives you habits under each of those 7 balance building blocks that you are to execute every day or throughout the week. And your balance chart is simply going to track you executing those habits during the week. So as you execute the habits, you log your points. And basically what you're doing, honestly, is you are adding to your life energy. And you're filling up your cup so that you can be your most powerful self as you go through life. You've most likely heard the phrase, you can't pour from an empty cup. And so the balance chart is simply a way for you to make sure that you are constantly filling up your cup each day. Because a lot of what balance is having energy. Having the energy that you want to be able to devote to the things in life that are important to you. So part of this concept of balance that you and I are after is planning and organizing and scheduling to make sure that we create the time in our lives for the things and the people and the events that are important to us. That's one part. And the other part is making sure that we have the energy to show up and be our most powerful, loving, present selves in those areas. For example, let's say that it's Maya's first birthday, right? So right now Maya is 2 months old, but in 10 months it will be her first birthday. If me attending her birthday as her father is a role that is incredibly important to me, which it is, then I might carve out time on my schedule to be present at her birthday party, right? So that's me scheduling and organizing my life around a person and a role that's important to me. That's the first half. Now, if I show up to that party feeling exhausted, with my cup empty, not having the energy that I need to pour into Maya and Sarah and the folks at the party and the whole event itself, and feeling like I can't show up powerfully and be present, then I won't feel balanced. Because I've done the first half, I've organized my life around the thing that's important, but I didn't do the second half. I didn't make sure my cup was filled up. That's what the balance chart does. The balance chart, by breaking it down across the acronym BALANCE into those 7 areas, it ensures that you are making deposits into yourself, into your personal bank account. That's a phrase that comes from Stephen Covey and the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Just making posits into your emotional, physical, mental, spiritual, social bank account so that you can then go out and pour that and give that to other people. So I'm going to put a link into the show notes of this episode to the balance chart page. And right now it is mid-November when this episode publishes. And the balance chart is currently on version 3. So on my phone I have version 3, but we are working on version 4, and version 4 is expected to come out before the end of the year. So probably about a month, maybe 4 or 5 weeks. So the link that I'm going to give you is to the sign-up sheet, and you go there and you sign up, and as soon as the app launches, when it's hitting the Android and the Apple stores, you're notified, and you can go and download it and get started. But I totally encourage you to check it out, go on the landing page, see what it looks like, and if you feel inspired to really create some more balance, sign up. One of the coolest parts of the balance chart, the part of accountability and really transparency on it, is that you get to see the habits of everyone else who is on the balance chart. You get to see the habits. So myself, you can go on there when the balance chart is live and you have the new version. I'll be on the new version. You'll be able to go in there and see all the things that I do personally in my life to create and maintain balance. And remember, I've been using this thing for 4 years. I've been fine-tuning it for myself for 4 years. So the habits that I have on there, I've tested them. I've done them. I've incorporated them into my life. And I can speak firsthand on the power of these specific habits and just the power of having a tool like this. So that's one amazing component of it, is that you get to see the habits of the folks who you're inspired by, quite frankly. I'm not saying you're inspired by me, but you can be, if you are, awesome, but there are going to be people on there who inspire you. And, for example, like what if, well, not even a what if, when big time athletes, when folks out there who you admire are on the BC, you're going to be saying, you can look at it and be like, damn, that's what LeBron James is doing? Okay. Very cool. All right, then I'm gonna watch him, and I'm gonna get those habits. I'm gonna incorporate them into my life. That's the concept behind it. So anyway, enough about the balance chart. There's gonna be a link. You can go check it out. And work-life balance is, it's a scripting. It's programming. Like, it is what it is. And I'm sure there's been some people who have been able to make that construct work for them, but 70% of us haven't. 70% of us are walking around knowing that work-life balance is a thing that we can pursue, but feeling like we are out of balance. 70% of us are chronically imbalanced. And it just doesn't work. Absolutely doesn't work. It's 2016 going on 2017, and how much of this year did you read in the news things about health and fitness? You talk about personal fitness trackers and different apps and programs, and the your health benefits at work, and different wellness programs that businesses and organizations are putting into play to get people moving and doing all this. I mean, health and fitness is really at the top of our collective societal mind here in America. Yet 70% of us still feel out of balance, feel like we don't have a handle on it. I mean, there's an issue there, right? There's a disconnect happening. And so what I'm saying is, let's just thank you, work-life balance. Thank you for what you've done, but we're going to move on, and we're going to adopt a new construct for balance. We're going to adopt a new way of looking at our lives and incorporating work into our lives, but also acknowledging the importance of the other selves that we are, the other roles that we play, the other things that are important to us as individuals. So I appreciate you hanging out with me for this episode. I would love to hear your feedback and hear your thoughts. And, if you've been able to create balance in your life, I want to hear how, especially if it's been sustainable. If you've been able to create balance and sustain it for more than 5 years, then you're someone that I want to learn from, because I'm not there yet. So shoot me an email. My personal email address is mattcbivens@gmail.com. That's mattcbivens@gmail.com. Send me an email. I read them all. I respond to them all. And I absolutely love hearing from you, my awesome listener. You are fantastic, and you're the reason why I stay up and record these podcasts. It is actually 10 minutes to midnight right now, and I'm in a different room. I'm not actually in my studio. So if it sounds a little bit echoey, it's because I'm in a much larger room. But the recording studio / office is right next to Maya's nursery. And so I knew I was going to be probably getting a little bit passionate on this episode. And so I didn't want to wake her, because we just got her to go down like 30 minutes ago. And Sarah and I wanted to not disturb a crying baby. I'm sure any parents out there know what I'm talking about. So I'm in a different location right now, but it's all cool. It's all gravy. All gravy. We're actually getting close to Thanksgiving, so it's a perfect reference. And now that I'm rambling, this is a great time to sign off. So appreciate you. Let's go out there and create balance. Let's learn from one another. Send me your thoughts, and I'll read them on the air. If you have something powerful, something insightful, I'll put it in a podcast episode. I've already done that a couple times, and I'd love to do more of it. So shoot me an email. And with that, my name is Matthew Bivens, and here is to you having it all.
2 quick things before you leave. First, did you know that the Having It All podcast is a part of the Fireside Network?
Yep, we are one of the esteemed shows that calls Fireside Network home. That means if you ever want to listen to a show outside of iTunes or Stitcher or whatever your favorite podcasting app is, all you need to do is visit firesidenetwork.com and under shows, select Having It All. From there, you can access all the episodes, see the show notes, learn about my guests, and more. Second, I am very excited to announce that my brand new website is live. Visit MatthewBivens.com and you can learn more about me, get plugged into an accountability group, and pick up some free content like the Abundance Benchmark. I am all about helping you not only identify what your ideal life looks like, but also helping you on your journey towards it. I want you to experience more abundance and love in your life. So, again, you can find out more information about all of that great stuff at MatthewBivens.com. Thank you once more for listening to the show, and here is to you having it all.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.